Eberechi Eze or Mikel Merino? That is the conversation we need to have today because Mikel Arteta has an important decision to make on who's going to start versus Fulham. I'm Ty Knight. Let's go. So, can you believe it? We're here? We wanted Eberechi Eze at the club. We was all saying Eze is the one that's going to help us get over the line. But now, Mikel Merino has continued his scintillating form of last season of scoring goals. On the international break, which is finished finally, Eze scored a goal. Mikel Merino scored two. Mikel Arteta right now is in dreamland. He has a problem that only he can solve. We can debate it, but only he can solve it. And the question is, now Martin Odegaard's out for 6 weeks, someone needs to fill this role on the right-hand side or the number 10. And we're thinking we need creativity, but we're also thinking we need goals. And the big question out of all of it is, who's better suited for Arsenal to fill this gap that Martin Odegaard's not going to be there? Is it going to be Eze or is it going to be Mikel Merino? I need you to comment straight away below and tell me straight away before we get right into the show on who I think or am I actually going to give that decision? Now, I'll be a bit of a punk if I don't. Okay, so Eze, Merino, who starts against Fulham? Let me know. Now, the big question here is, does it matter who starts? And the way I say that is because both players add quality to the team, whether who starts or who comes off the bench. It really and truly does. Because we've seen where Mikel Merino can come off the bench, especially against Newcastle, and bang in a goal to get us back into the game and ultimately go on to win the game. Equally, Eze can come onto the pitch and cause destruction and havoc, as well as if he starts the game, he can do the same thing as well. So both of them have qualities to no end, and both have qualities for Mikel Arteta to decide, go, I think you need to start this game and you need to hold the bench for the second half and then come on and cause destruction should we need it. Now, against Fulham, Arsenal don't have the best record at Craven Cottage. We don't. We really don't. For a big team like Arsenal, we need to never, ever lose at Craven Cottage, but that never happens. In the last couple of seasons, it hasn't been good with the results here up on the screen right now. But the decision is Merino, Eze, who is the best person to start with. Let's go with Eze. Let's go with him first when we start thinking about credentials, and is he the one to spearhead Arsenal, not Gyökeres, Eze, over Martin Odegaard and over Mikel Merino, may I add. With Eze, what you're going to get is technical ability, shooting ability, and that's it. He's not going to press like a Martin Odegaard does. He's not going to be commanding in an aspect of dropping deep to get the ball to then drive forward with it. But what he's going to give Arsenal is the final third destruction. He's going to be able to pick the ball up, pass into him, turn, run, shoot, and pass at the same time. He's not devastating in the air, so if Arsenal needs someone to crash the box in that sense with cross-flooding in, he's going to be there jumping, leaping defenders, midfielders, winning the ball in the air for knockdowns or power headers to the far post, front post, and past the goalkeeper. That's not Eze's style. No, Eze is totally different. He's gifted on the floor with his footwork, with his jinking runs into the box. He can do that and he can get his own shot off. He doesn't rely on passes to him to make the shot. And that is what I like a lot about Eberechi Eze. That's what I wanted when he brought into Arsenal, because that's totally different than what Martin Odegaard offers. That's totally different than whatever attacking midfielders offer as well. Even Ethan Nwaneri. Don't think I forgot about that guy. I haven't. We've got a separate video for him coming very soon. But let's talk about Mikel Merino. Let's just talk about this brother. Because when he came in, no one knew what he was about, even myself. And then when he started playing, no one was actually convinced. But then when Arsenal picked up those injuries last season, and then we had to substitute Mikel Merino to go in up front, this brother started scoring goals, especially against Real Madrid with that one-time finish. And we're like, damn, this guy can do something for Arsenal. But we don't need to rely on him. We need to upgrade him. That was the notion out there. That was the word out there. And surprisingly, there's some content creators now who are kind of doing a flip-flop and saying, yo, Mikel Merino, that's the guy. That's my brother. You know, I've always rated him. No, you didn't. Because you was the one saying, yeah, we need him to go. Pretty much, I was the one saying against Newcastle that he shouldn't start. And I was justified for that. He didn't need to start. But when he came on, he delivered what I thought he would do. And I said that. You can watch one of my shows again if you want to, just for reference points so you know I am not lying. Now, with Merino, what I like about him, he does have qualities that just goes unsung. He's not those flashy person who's going to be driving the ball forward or passing forward straight away. No, he reminds me of an El Nene in the sense of people don't rate El Nene, and I get that. But he'll get the ball, he'll play it safe, he'll play it to the side. Sometimes he'll go forward, but that's not his forte. His forte is crashing the box, crosses going in. He can hold the ball up. He can shoot first time. His percentage of scoring goals is bloody high up there. It's really high up there. And that is where Arsenal may need him against Fulham on Saturday. And that's the thing. Who is going to be better suited for this game? Is it going to be someone more technical to carve open options for the likes of a Gyökeres, a Saka, or a Martinelli or Trossard, whoever plays out there on the left? Or is it going to be needed someone like a Merino if the ball is lofted up there? Because we know Victor Gyökeres can't hold the ball up. We know he can't win any balls in the air. So having someone like a Merino who can either do the flick-ons, hold up the play, bring other players into play, is that going to be better for us for away days? And that's the crazy thing. When I'm thinking about it, maybe Merino may be suited better for this game against Fulham to start with. Not to finish, but to start with. Because if Arsenal's going to have, let's say it's going to be a windy day at Craven Cottage. If you've never been, trust me, it's windy and it's cold. But this game could be better suited for Merino based on those elements. Based on the fact that when we do long balls, Eze's not going to win the ball in the air. Eze's not going to be able to hold the ball up in the way we need him to hold up because Fulham do have some strong guys there in defence who can do something. And Eze may get found out, and it may not be a great afternoon for him. But with Merino, I've just got this feeling, especially on corners, if the ball's whipped in, Merino stays an added height that we need. Now, we know Martin Odegaard doesn't have that forte of being built and has a height. But Merino is different. He's different to a Kai Havertz. He's different to a Victor Gyökeres. He's different as an all-round. And as an all-round player who can also shoot as well, may I add, and score goals, Merino may be better suited for Fulham starting than Eberechi Eze, who can come on in the second half if the game is still drawing 1-0, or not 1-0, 1-1 or 2-2 or 0-0, and we need a goal to win the game. Then you bring on the Eberechi Eze, and then you go on to win the game. Or it could be in reverse. We can try this one out. We start Eberechi Eze. We go on a full front attack in Fulham from the start. We go after it. We get 1-0 up, 2-0 up by half-time. Going to the second half, by the 60th minute, we go 3-0 up. You bring on a Merino to shore up the game, to bring the ball down. If it goes in the air, if Fulham are doing it, then we've still got Merino's height in there. That could be a well-versed attacking move in the sense of while they're attacking, we are counter-attacking. With Merino there, if the ball's lobbed up front, and we want to bring off a Victor Gyökeres and don't need to attack as much anymore because we're 3-0 up now, we can have Merino up there holding the ball up, still bringing players into play, such as a Ranieri on the right-hand side or a Trossard or a Martinelli. You see my point? It's such a problem to have, and which way do we go, Eze or Merino? But again, I need your thoughts and I need your comments below. I need you to like the show, subscribe. Please subscribe. Get this show to another level. We need to go to another level now. This is not the worst show out there on YouTube. And I'm not saying it's the best show, but it's a damn good show. And hit the hype button while you're at it. Thanks for watching. I'm Ty Knight, right here.